Poetry of life. Throughout history, man created something called fashion. Fashion is not just about what we wear. It is about how we perceive ourselves and how we wish to be perceived and understood by those around us. It is about vision. Over thousands of years, people in China had created a culture and civilization with a unique vision of beauty and style of their own. These ideas were spread across the world, influencing many for centuries. But in more recent times, Chinese style and beauty lost the radiance. Even people with Chinese background seemingly have been rusty about these glamorous memories and heritage. They are hard to be identified in our life today. But I believe this is just a small disruption in the long course of history. China's beauty, vision, and spirit run deep. She just needs a new face and language to get her voice heard once again. This is what Grace Chen sets out to do. As a creator of beauty, I want to focus on creating a fashion style that connects the Chinese aesthetic heritage to the modern world. Not to restore the glory of the past, but to unleash the power of a profound culture in the new era and to contribute substantively to the richness of the world. During our travel around the globe, the mayor of Brussels asked, "Where can I buy Grace Chen?" In our salon in Washington, D.C., a famous architect told me, "Grace, I've never seen a style like yours in Paris or New York. Your style is both feminine and powerful at the same time." At the New York China Fashion Gala, the president of China Institute said, "Grace's designs are very Chinese-inspired, yet very accessible to American audiences." In Monaco, the chief fashion editor of Marie Claire said, "Grace Chen's pieces have a lot of glamour, very Monaco." The famed French photographer and creative director of Crazy Horse, Ali Mahdavi, said, "Grace, you've found a balance of female beauty between the East and West." People from all over the world are telling me, "Why do we feel like old friends even in the first time we meet?" This is the power of universal beauty. Strangers can get instantly connected by sharing the same vision of style. When people see themselves in such style, they are sharing the lives and values behind the design. Grace Chen is a style to connect and transcend beyond culture and time in the modern world. The Chinese culture is known for its depth, grandness, and wisdom. Any superficial interpretation does not do it justice. Philosophical aesthetics is the ultimate destination for all forms of traditional Chinese arts. It's about the sense of beauty, the satisfaction of mind and heart, and of the intellectual intuition. Poetry, calligraphy, painting, and many other art forms are practices of 修身, self-cultivation and self-expression. The focus is not on objective imitation or reflection, but rather emotional connection and expression of oneself and the world, finding balance and harmony in all aspects of life. I use serenity, profoundness, prosperous glamour to describe the essence of Chinese beauty. Serenity is peace, harmony, openness, and oriental romance. 静是含蓄、悠远和东方的浪漫。Profoundness is energy, depth of mind, and the abundance of strength. 深是深邃、大气和内心的力量。Prosperous glamour is wealth of beauty inside and out, the spirit of fortune and happiness. 富是圆满、福气和内外兼修。In the recent years, we drew on classical Chinese culture and dedicated more of our creations to the modern interpretation of Chinese elegance. The tetralogy of 琴棋书画, music, chess, calligraphy, painting. 琴 The rhythm and flow of music represent softness and strength at the same time. Qin collection is flowy, musical. It's real and romantic. Qi, chess game represents strategic wisdom, sense versus emotions. Qi collection is cool, sharp, sexy with a touch of extreme. Shu, calligraphy represents poetic energy and the nature of all universe. Shu collection is both abstract and practical, full of appeal and expression. Hua, Chinese painting is expression of open-minded optimism, return to simplicity, the ultimate aesthetic of Chinese culture. Hua collection is about youth, modern, casual, sporty, and even a touch of humor. Following the tetralogy of Qin Qi Shu Hua, we created the trilogy of Chinese classic literature, inspired by the mention of red lanterns, poetry of Song Dynasty, and poetry of Tang Dynasty, the pinnacles of Chinese aesthetic philosophy. Why do we have to look into our heritage? What do we have in common with people lived hundreds and thousands of years ago? When I was very young, my father asked me to practice calligraphy, from practicing Liu Gongquan to Zhang Mengfu, Wang Xizhi. I did not know that the practice in my childhood actually shaped my life. Many years later, one day I suddenly realized that the style created by my design is essentially so similar to the style of calligraphy masters that I once learned. Even the visions I have towards the world are derived from the thoughts and the philosophy of calligraphy. Such self-realization that cultural heritage has always been in my heart and never been far has profound effect on my work and life. Today the world may has changed in many forms, but our spirit has not. We still need simplicity and naiveness to stay positive and forward-looking. We need fashion style with such understanding to connect ourselves with the world. For centuries, Qin Qi Shu Hua have been a way for people to exercise sentiments, purify the mind, open the wisdom, create artistic expression, and nourish the soul. They pass through time, space, and cultural barriers, melt in of blood and bones, and connect hearts from all around the world. Lin Yutang once said, "Only in calligraphy can we see the perfection of the Chinese people's artistic soul." And I say, fashion style with aesthetic soul is the reflection of the spirit of our time. Grace Chen is our poetry of life today.